Okay, so now it's time for our featured speaker. And Samantha, I'm not quite sure if you're aware of this, but we have a tradition here at the GNA, and I think Kimberly's like the only person that knows what our tradition is because we haven't done it here in a while.
Okay.
Do you know what our tradition is? No. Does anybody else know? Kayla, you know what it is, don't you? Let's get Kayla on it, remember. What's our tradition at the beginning of each presentation? What do we do with our featured speaker?
Begin.
What do? We send them where?
Send them back.
We send them all the way to the back. So Samantha Gibson, she's already like halfway back there. Well, Kayla, since you're on a roll right now, why did we send our featured speaker? Wow, she went way south. Actually, it's north, right?
Yeah,
especially that's the north direction, right? Because that's south, right? Okay, close where we're at. Okay, so why did we send our featured speaker all the way to the back?
Give them a big
entrance.
That's right. So that way we can give our featured speaker that grand. Everybody together, entrance! Alright, so hang on, not yet, because I have to do your intro now.
Okay.
So hang tight for a second there. So, I met Samantha Gibson, I think it was almost 3 months ago, Samantha. This is the third meeting that you've been to. And I believe you found out about us through meetup.com of all places, right?
No, I think I saw you on Facebook.
Was it Facebook initially?
Yes.
Wow, fantastic. I thought it was Meetup.
No, it was through a friend of a friend with successful thinkers.
Oh, okay. So
yes.
Through a friend of a friend, through Successful Thinkers, another networking organization similar to ours. And I remember when she first came in, I noticed she had a really humble and outgoing and fun personality. And then I asked her what she did for a living. She goes, I'm a passion parties consultant. And the first thing I said was what, Samantha? We need to
have more like you.
We need to talk. No, we need to talk because, you know, I've always wanted to work with a passion parties rep. There have been a few in the GNA in the past, and we try to get some things going with them, presentations and special events, but they just felt it wasn't that appropriate. And honestly, I feel it is appropriate because honestly, you know, how your home life is going to spill over into how your business life is, right? If you don't have a happy home life, what's that going to do to your attitude? It's going to be not going to be that great, right? And then when you meet people in person and you have that terrible attitude, what are they going to think about you? Are they going to be handing you their credit card with that attitude? No. So if you keep them happy, guess what happens? Everything falls into place, right? So I'm going to give Samantha a brief intro here, and then we're going to have her charging on in here like a raging bull, right? Raging princess, right?
That's right.
That's how we're going to say it tonight. Okay, so tonight's featured speaker is Samantha Gibson. She's an independent consultant with Passion Parties, and she's also our brand new chairperson of the Elk Grove GNA Monthly Mastermind chapter where we're at. And her presentation topic is going to be a good one. Enliven your inner passion. You going to teach that tonight?
Yes.
So we're going to know how to enliven our inner passion tonight, right? What the next steps are?
Yep.
Okay, great. So at this month's Elk Grove GNA meeting, Samantha will be discussing one of the most important aspects of becoming successful as an entrepreneur. Like I said earlier, having a happy home life can certainly spill over into having a very happy and successful business. Samantha Gibson is a passion parties consultant. She helps people bring the passion and fire into their relationships at a far greater level. She does this through coaching and educating her clients and by way of her unique line of products and services she provides. And you have some of those here tonight, right?
Yes.
See? Okay. The tame ones, right?
Yes.
Okay. Samantha brings the party directly into your home in a safe, professional, and I emphasize professional, and very interesting environment. So without further ado, I'd like to please stand up and rise to your feet. Please stand up and rise to your feet and give a big warm GNA welcome to Samantha Gibson. Come on, Samantha. Is it okay if I give your wife a hug?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much. I was asking for permission.
I asked you for. I didn't want to answer.
It's all good. It was a joke. It's all good. It's all good. It's all yours.
You're not the first man to do that.
I'm a nice guy.
Yeah.
I'm a nice guy.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I do have a little bit of notes here to the side, so just wanted to let you know that in case I look like I'm looking at my notes, I really am because I have them right here. And I may need to remind myself. So let me tell you a little bit about myself because I am new to the GNA and I'm new to these meetings. And I'm actually a business analyst with Xerox State Healthcare. I work for the Medi-Cal contract. So basically, Medi-Cal, or what Xerox does, because everybody thinks Xerox is copiers, they do more than that. We actually we pay the Medi-Cal contract, or the Medi-Cal, which the insurance for California, we pay their bills, basically, and we work their claims. Sorry, not coming out that well. But, so, I implement their oils, so what's called an oil instruction letter. Don't have to get all into that, but basically if there's policy that needs to change within the Medi-Cal system, I help facilitate to do that, projects and things like that. So that's what I do as a day job. So, and then I have my side business, which is the passion parties. But let me tell you how I got started a little bit. So, my husband is a stay-at-home dad right now. When I first met him, he actually had a job and he was finishing up his MBA. No, he was finishing up his MBA, and he made a decision when we first got together. And he said, I really want to better my career. And so I said, okay, well, let's make this, we decided this together, let's make a leap of faith. Well, we decided to do the leap of faith, but unfortunately the leap of faith didn't work out. And so, which has left him unemployed for the last 3 years. And, he's worked for UNFI, he's worked for Procter & Gamble, he's got his B of A, or his business degree, but he was unable, for 3 years he's actually been able to not find a job, which is very unfortunate. I was actually laid off in 2011, and I'm not doing this to brag or anything like that, but I was. He actually told me to tell you guys this, so that's why I'm doing this, okay? So in 2011, I actually got laid off from HB because the Medi-Cal contract was leaving them, and it was actually going to Xerox. And I was not actually an employee with them. And so I was quitting I was being let go within 2 weeks, basically within a month. The day that I put out my resume out there that I'm going to be, that I'm going to be available, I got 9 phone calls that same day, and within about 2 weeks, I actually had another job at Xerox. I mean, it was, and him, poor guy, has sent out thousands of resumes. I mean, this poor guy has sent out so many resumes, and it's a good resume. It's not like it's a bad resume, and he's very overqualified, honestly. And so that's just a little bit about me. And so, but for me, it's been so hard because I don't have the best confidence, but that's what I'm wanting to learn to do. And so that's why. So that's been my story. So in a sense, in society, I'm classified as an adult child of an alcoholic. I mean, I pretty much taken care of my mom most of my life. And so I knew how to take care of myself. I've known how to fly through life, or kind of like, not even fly. I've just kind of known how to I don't even really know how to explain it. I've just been able just to move to each thing and just try to figure out how to do it, and not really felt like I've accomplished anything in my life. And I feel like, and it's not that I haven't accomplished anything in my life, because I'm a business analyst. I don't have any background I don't have my business, a bachelor's degree. I don't have, an MBA. I don't have any of those things. I've actually been able to work my way up to do what I'm doing today. And so, just through the jobs other people I've either been able to learn them very well, I've been trained very well, and things like that. And so, I really started, when I met Grant, I really started turning my thinking around. I was in a bad relationship before that. Not that person, he was a bad person, he was just a negative person. And now that I actually have a positive person in my life, he's helped me to kind of start turning things around in my thinking. Because this is the hardest thing, this is the biggest battle in my life, is right here. It's not anything else, it's this right here. So, Okay, so we've been together for at least 4.5 years. However, we just got married a year ago. Okay, so we kind of put the cart before the horse because we have a 4.5-year-old. Long story. We don't want to get into that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Her ex-boyfriend's our nanny.
Let's save the juicy part when we have a one-on-one
yeah,
meeting
exactly.
with you.
Let's not talk about that right now. We'll talk about that later. So because I was getting married a year ago, or a little over a year ago, I started going to bridal shows and things like that. So that's when and then I met passion parties, and I'm like, I definitely want to do a passion party before I get married. So this sounds like a lot of fun. And then I thought, it could even be for my bachelorette party. Well, she said, well, let's have the party before the party. I'm like, okay, so we have the party before the party. So that was like in May. And then my sister-in-law actually signed up to do a party in August. And of course, at that time, they were doing the $99 special. And she's like, you can either do the $99 special and work the business if you want to, or you could just get the box of goodies. You have the choice of doing it. And I'm like, well, it sounds like fun. Okay, maybe. And then I was kind of on the fence of it. And my sister-in-law says, you're going to do it. Let's sign you up. I'm going to pay for it. Okay, that's fine. So at first I was thinking, maybe I'll just do it for the box of goodies. Okay, so I was getting married. So I didn't want to necessarily plan anything to run a business at that point. So I said, okay, after the wedding. Okay? So then the wedding comes around, we go on our honeymoon, beautiful Jamaica, had a great time. Okay, I'm going to do my business after I get back. Okay, here comes December, haven't done a thing, because again, my mind, this is the biggest battle right here. So then in January, my friend finally says, let's do a party. I will host it. I will be your first hostess for you. And I said, okay. So we set up the party, we did everything, and that's when I finally started to take off. And why am I doing passion parties? Okay, so why would you think that someone like me would actually want to sell sex toys? I mean, that's really what it's all about. You know what? I've always been a very adventurous person. It might take me a little while to get there, because like even with roller coasters, I mean, I used to think they looked like so much fun, but then when I was getting up the line, I'm like going, oh no, I can't do it yet, and then finally I would get on there and I'd finally ride it and I would have the time of my life. So that's kind of what I did with passion parties. I'm like, this sounds like a lot of fun. Not everybody, I don't know, a lot of people who are doing this, so I want to give it a try. Plus the women that I actually saw within passion parties, I saw what they want. I mean, I saw them being people like me. I mean, there's a woman whose name is Trenda Nelson. I mean, she was a very shy, introverted person, and now she is one of the funniest women I've ever met in my life. You should YouTube her, about her. You should meet her. She's just hilarious when it comes to talking about sex toys. And she truly is. I mean, it just makes me cry. She's that funny. But so that's why I decided to do this. And plus, we're still a one-income family. And there was a phrase that my husband tells me almost daily, we don't have enough money for that. And I'm like, I want to stop hearing that. So I'm like, I got to do something. And that's why I'm doing my passion parties business. So, all right. I've got most of my notes here, I think. Okay, so why should you have a passion party? Well, number one, it can be in the comfort of your own home. You don't have to go to, what is that place called? I don't even remember what, Goldie's. You don't have to go to Goldie's. You don't have to go to sticky floor places and go, and talk to Bruno.
Sticky floor place?
Sticky floor place.
That's what somebody said. I know.
That's nasty.
Is it?
Yeah.
I know. So, I mean, and I'm sure that Monica or Arlene or Kimberly or AC, you don't want to go talk to Bruno about your sex life. I mean, hello. We can have it in the comfort of your own home, and we can, and then you also get wonderful hostess gifts. We give you discounts. We try to spoil you and your guests. We play fun games, and we just have a really lovely time. And I also offer what some of the other women may not necessarily. I also offer one-on-one time too, because not everybody wants to necessarily have a party, and it could be a one-on-one, it could be a 3 or 4 people at the party too, kind of a smaller group, just to kind of, talk about and have one-on-one consultation time, to have that, because, not everybody wants to, have the big party or cannot do the big party part of it. So I do that also. So those are kind of the things. So why do we want passion parties? Why do we want to? Because like Elias said, there's just a few minutes. If we have a happy home life, we're going to have a happy business life. There's even studies to prove that. There's studies to prove. There's the fact that if we have, it helps our immune system. The more we have intimate times with our partners, the more our immunity goes up. We are not as sick, and we actually won't call in sick, work sick. It boosts our libido. It actually makes our life longer. It actually releases oxytocin, so it actually helps us with our pain threshold also. And the big O, in a sense, also helps us women who have weak bladder control. It can. When we actually have the big O, it actually strengthens that pelvic floor and actually helps us later in life when we don't want to run to the bathroom too much. Let's put it that way. Okay.
This is really interesting so far. I'm learning a lot.
Are you okay? See, and that's And guess what? For those of us who don't necessarily like to exercise, it can count as exercise. So we burn 5 calories per minute when we're intimate. So.
Wow.
And it bumps up our heart rate, which is good for us also. It can actually lower our blood pressure also. That was done by a study by Joseph Pinzone, MD. It lowers our risk for heart attack because it actually balances our estrogen and our testosterone in our bodies. And it reduces the chance for prostate cancer, so there's a benefit for men. And it improves sleep, and it also reduces stress. Because we know when we have that, release of information or release of stuff, we just feel better and we want to go to sleep.
Okay.
Now, I am being really, I am not really talking like I would normally talk at one of our parties. I would be so different when I'm actually at a party. But because we're in a public place where there's not closed doors, that's the reason I'm talking about intimacy and you're not using a lot of the big words. Or not big words, but just those types of words. So, here's another big one. Intimacy can also ward off migraines. So, an entrepreneurship actually helps improve your sex life, because if you're home more and you're able to be with your partner more, then you're actually there and you're rested up and you can actually have more with your partner too. So that's a good thing also. Okay. So sex puts a smile on your face, so why not enhance it? So let's actually talk about the Passion Parties product. Okay?
Name somebody where sex does not put a smile on their face.
And why do we? And here's the thing: like we talked on the radio show. Mm-hmm. Why do people make a big deal out of this? This is a part of life. Right. This is how you and I came into this world, right?
Exactly.
Our parents had to.
Okay, I'm not gonna go on record to say that everybody does, but most everybody has sex. It's just a part of life. It's just a nature of life. I know there are some that don't, because I've actually met someone who's celibate. I think I've met a couple of people that actually publicly told me that, or not publicly, but they actually have told me that they're celibate. And I'm like, okay, by choice. I'm like, okay, that's great.
Okay.
So, anyway.
Products for you.
So one thing we like, us women like to do, and even us men, we like to smell good. So we have our toning body butter, which is actually a lotion. It's great after you use the shower. You actually can use this in the shower. We have our sugar scrub. Use that in the shower and get all nice and squeaky clean, and then we can actually put our toning body butter. And the great thing about our toning body butter is it actually has caffeine. It actually has caffeine in it, so it actually helps with the cellulose, getting rid of the cellulose that we have on our body. You know, so we don't like that stuff. So we also have a really great soft and silky shaving cream, and we have this also in coconut lemongrass, mangosteen, and pomegranate ginger. And then we also have one that's a little bit more on the manly side, which is Blissful Breeze. And this is great because you don't actually get the bumps and the rashes. And my husband can actually attest to that because he does not get the bumps and the rashes. He breaks out if he uses a regular razor, but with this stuff he does not, and he really likes it. So also we have, and then we also have a aftershave mist that he actually uses, or that we all can use also, and it actually closes up. So this actually opens up our pores, where this actually closes it. So it actually is really good to be able to use that. And my husband's one person, but also my sister-in-law loves it. One of my best friends in Woodland loves it. There's a lot of people who love that. We also have this is a wonderful product. I really like this myself personally. This is Liquid Body Silk. So this actually goes on like a lotion, but dries like a powder. So in those areas that sweat in our body, we can actually put it there, and it will. I mean, like I put it under my arms this morning, and I didn't have to use deodorant. So this is much better for you than the aluminum that we use in our, and that can be used in antiperspirant, I think personally. So we also have a little bit. We also have a nice thing. It's called. Okay, so I'm going to get a little bit more wild. This is actually our Seduction Soy Candle. So this one actually, you can light it up and let it melt, and then you can pour it all over your partner. And then you can rub it in, and it's wonderful. It's really great.
If you can actually get it open.
I can actually get it open, yes. I had it open earlier. I probably should have had it lit, but then I didn't know that fact that we have our... I'll pass that around. Anything you guys want here on the table, you can pass around if you want it to go ahead and take a smell. Yeah. We also have a really great lip balm, which is really great, but we can also use this in other areas too, but it does have fruit, so we only want to use it.
I've already smelled most of these.
We only want to use it on, let's just say we'll just use it on this part of our body and not the rest of the body, other parts of our body, if we can kind of understand that. Probably that was going a little too far. We'll see. Here is a really great product that we have, and I want to pass around. It's called Pure Instinct. This is actually our, this is an actual pheromone, and it's actually, it's not made from animals or anything like that. It's actually synthetic, but this actually smells differently on each one of us than it does on other people. But it also attracts people to you. So it can attract you to your husband, or it can actually attract you to someone else, like at a bar, to get more tips. Or if you are out, marketing or something like that, it'll actually attract more people to you. So, because it's actually a pheromone. And I'm gonna, if you would like to try it, I want you to rub it into your.
Wow. That's great.
You smell it on yourself, now smell it on me.
Oh, yeah, it is different. Yeah.
Did you tell them about the test you did with that?
Wow.
Up at the canyon. At the concert. We went to an overnight concert up in Blue Canyon. It was a personal concert. They hired a bunch of bands to play, and this guy's birthday.
You can eat
So
that.
they had a couple hundred people that showed up. So Sam and my
You eat that?
sister,
No, that one you can't.
everybody that was coming
It
in,
smells,
they were putting it
so
on.
good.
I know, it's
And
like
having them smell it, and everybody smelled
They're
different.
I
aphrodisiacs.
know,
Really
they
good
are.
people.
They do.
Everyone smelled different. I didn't believe
I'll
it
smell
at first, by
differently.
the way.
This is to attract your
Because
mate,
it actually
right?
goes, huh?
This is to attract your mate, right?
It is.
Okay.
There are sexual attractants that are in there also.
Okay.
So, would you like to try some? This is the pheromones. So So
Yeah, it's not gonna hurt you.
it's not going to hurt you.
That's a
It's
small
just gonna
bottle.
smell
That must be pretty
different.
potent.
It is.
That's why it's so small, huh?
No,
No,
just
wrist.
on your wrist.
Just on your
No,
wrist.
no, just on your wrist. Yeah.
It does look like
So-
lip balm though.
It does. So smell it on yourself. See if George. Oh no, you want to smell it on my? No. I just wanted to see if you could see on me. It's completely different.
Yeah, it's weird. Wow.
So, did you want to try some, Elias?
Oh, sure. I'm trying to be camera guy and
I
I
know.
just spit. Okay, sorry.
It's okay.
Whoa. Wow.
Funny, Elias. You're actually supposed to put it on your wrist.
You're supposed to put it on your wrist.
Smells good.
Smell that on you, and then smell it on me.
Oh, wow, it smells different, huh?
It does.
Is it because our bodies are made of different chemicals as men and women?
Exactly.
Wow.
Not even men and women. It's actually because us, all four of us women smell differently too, because it's actually the pH in our bodies.
It has to do with our DNA and all that, the way that we're.
Exactly.
Oh.
We
Oh.
have different types of pheromones.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
I do have this available tonight, just to let you know, if you wanted to
Whew.
take some home.
Wow, that's strong.
Okay. And then, okay. So then we also have, okay, so then we go a little bit more wild. I'm not going to bring these things out, but we also have products that actually make all of the parts of your body taste good. A lot of those are strawberry and cotton candy. We have a product called Creamsicle, Candylicious, Embrace. And if you want to know more about those, just come and talk to me privately. I'd be more than happy to talk to you about them. We also have enhancing products. And when I say enhancing products, they can actually help make the big O stronger for men and for women. It actually has a thing called L-arginine in it. It actually brings the blood flow. And so we have products like that. So if you want to learn more about that, we just tried Pure Instinct with the pheromones. Pure Satisfaction is the one product I was talking about with the L-arginine. And then we also have, I'm not going to go with that one. Like, that's so good. Then we also have, okay, so then if we want the ultimate experience, we also have products that go buzz, rattle, and roll. And we have them that are battery operated. We have ones that are rechargeable. And we have big or small. We have them all. And that. So, I'm sorry. I just had to put some fun things in there.
Let's
Because
keep it real.
how can you not? Exactly. We've got to keep it real. I mean, passion parties, it's a lot of fun, and because that's what sex is. It's about being fun. It's about making yourself feel good. It's about feeling good about yourself. Because I know that when my husband and I are connected in a sense, in our happy home life, things have been, things are much better for us, and I'm a better business owner. I'm a better employee. I actually want to go to work instead of feeling those days where it's like I don't even want to get out of bed, And they even have a study that morning sex is actually a good thing. So anyway, so that is my story. That is my presentation for the evening. I hope I haven't offended anybody with what I have presented here tonight, or on the video itself, because I know that can be posted. I tried to make this PG. I know, yes. I tried to make this PG as I could. So, but that is all that I have for this evening, and I hope you guys keep coming back and to the Elk Grove meeting, because it's going to be fun. We're going to be learning a lot of new things. I'm not sure who the speaker is going to be next month, but definitely invite you guys to come back out.
Okay, you're looking at me.
I'm just making sure I'm done.
We're still rolling digital tape.
We are, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow. That was only 29 minutes long.
Well, isn't it supposed to be 30?
Well, you could have up to 45 minutes if you want.
Well, we planned for 30. So
Okay.
I planned in my mind for 30, so I don't really have 30 more minutes to say, unless anybody has any questions.
Yeah, let's take questions.
Does anybody have any questions for me? Yes.
Do you have a website or a catalog?
I do. I do have a catalog also, and I do have a website, and I can actually publicly say this because it's a good thing. It's www.passionatebydesign.com, and I will have a card for you.
Okay.
Also.
Thank you.
And you can. My card also has the little
scan.
design on the back where you can actually just use your smartphone to go straight to my website. Also. I have to see if I have one more. Do you have one more?
I might actually have some.
He has one more. Yeah. So. Okay.
Actually, a lot more.
Oh, cool. I have one. I was gonna say I knew she had one. That's okay. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh, he got one. Or anyway, this one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, two.
So anybody else have any questions?
Thank you very much.
So my website is open 24 hours a day, of course, like most websites are, and you can go and you can order off of there. So you can even, so that could be nice, so you can actually do that privately there. Or if anybody wants to book a party with me tonight, I will give you 50% off on a product tonight if you actually book a party with me tonight.
Ooh, that's awesome.
Yes. I will. My husband will come and join me. That would be the only stipulation that I would have. Yes, because I don't generally want to go alone.
I wouldn't want to be in a room full of men in those products either.
So, or I will do with couples. I will do with couples also. Yeah, for couples or even men is fine too. We generally cater more towards women, and but I'm open as long as yeah. So, anybody else have any questions?
Okay. Well, they'll come see you privately because that way it won't get recorded on the video. Give Samantha a big round of applause. Okay.